My soul is black. My eyes are bleeding. Life is a lie. There's no reason to live. Embrace nihilism. Burn it all to the ground. Let's finish playing these decks and then never touch Legacy again. Spin the wheel. What do we get? Doomsday. Okay. So this is Doomsday. It's a combo deck built around the card Doomsday. Triple black sorcery. Search your library and graveyard for 5 cards and exile the rest. Put the chosen cards on top of your library in any order. You lose half your life rounded up. So the idea is to make the top 5 cards of your library include Thassa's Oracle, and then a bunch of cards that will just get you to Oracle as fast as possible. So you can usually use some combination of numbers in either Edge of Autumn or Street Wraith, which cycle for free. So Street Wraith, pay 2, cycle it. Edge of Autumn, if you control 4 or fewer lands, search your library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield, tap, shuffle, or just cycle by sacking a land. So basically, either of these cards can essentially draw a card for free. So if your opponent has no way of interacting with you, you can simply make the top 5 cards Edge, Edge, Street Wraith, Oracle on the bottom, draw all of them, play Oracle, win the game. Sometimes your opponent might have a counter spell. Maybe you managed to slip Doomsday through, but they're like a counter spell deck, so they might have one. You can use Cavern of Souls, stack that in the pile, and then make sure that, and then you'll be able to take 1 turn off to get Cavern of Souls. Then you just play Cavern, name Merfolk or Wizard, then you play Oracle, they can't counter it, hits the field, you win. So that is the primary means of winning, and everything else in the deck is just set up in order to get there. So aside from the Cavern of Souls, everything else is various Soul Tie lands and fetches to get them. You've got Brainstorm, Ponder, and 1 Consider, which you can also use in part of your pile. If you have 3 mana total, you can make the card that's 3rd from the bottom Consider. Then you go Consider, Surveil, put the card in the bottom, draw the Oracle, win the game. 1 copy of Peek, look at target player's hand, draw a card to see if the coast is clear, or you could just use it as a draw spell. Personal Tutor searches for a sorcery and puts it on top of your deck, so you're almost always going to go search for Doomsday. You have your own Force of Wills to counter your opponent's interaction, as well as a Daze. Dark Ritual to get going faster. Lotus Petal to get going faster. LED, sometimes you can stack LED among the cards that you Doomsday for, like maybe your opponent's going to Wasteland you, so you can use LED to get around that problem. Thoughtseize, again, look at your opponent's stuff, take their answers, and Veil of Summer to protect you from their answers. So you're all in on this Doomsday combo. Everything in the deck is meant to just find Doomsday and protect Doomsday. Sideboard includes various counterspells for the counterspell relevant matchups. So like against Storm, anything that you need to hit as opposing combo decks, or just to protect your own stuff, obviously except for Force Negation. Veil of Summer, again, protects your own stuff. You've got Duress to protect your own stuff. Sometimes you may need to kill creatures, like stacks creatures, for example. You can use Fatal Push to kill that. You have Tendrils as an alternate win con. Maybe your opponent will have something that can beat an Oracle, like maybe they have Dress Down or Endurance or something. You can use Tendrils as an alt win con. You can also similarly use Sheoldred as an alternate win con. This deck, basically, creature removal doesn't matter against it, so your opponent is very likely to side out all of their creature removal, all their Swords to Plowshares, all their Solitudes, etc. So if you just put a Sheoldred in, then they don't have an answer to it. 2 Carpenter Flowers for the blue decks, 1 Abrupt Decay, again, is another answer, and then 1 Nile Spellbomb for graveyards. So that is Doomsday. Let's jump into the first league of the day. Are you excited about what? Finishing the league? Playing this deck? The title is a bit pessimistic. I've decided to embrace the pessimism. Doomsday? No, not at all. It's a linear combo deck. This is the exact same thing every game. Definitely not excited. All right, what does this hand do? I can go turn 1, Lotus Petal, Ritual, Doomsday, plus I have another Petal. So I go turn 1, Petal, Ritual, Doomsday, set up the top cards, and then I can use the second Petal as the mana source for the Oracle. Obviously, this hand completely dies to any sort of counterspell interaction, and the Daze is a dead card, basically. So basically, it entirely depends on what we're playing against. Like, if we're playing against a deck that has counterspells in it, and they have the counterspells, then this hand's not good. If we're playing against anything else, then this hand's functional, right? All we need to do is leave Oracle plus 1 or 2 lands, and then draw spells. I'd say it's keepable. We're also on the draw, so we get another draw off of this. All right, opponent's Thoughtseizing us, so yeah, we just probably lose the game now. This hand was entirely contingent upon having the Doomsday. All right, is it better to scoop to conceal information here? They're going to Thoughtseize and take the Doomsday. So then we've got Lotus Petal, and we have to consider into a land. We have to consider into a land. I guess it's not unkeepable. So yeah, sure. Thoughtseize takes the Doomsday. Or they could take Dark Ritual, like either one. I assume they'll just take Doomsday, though. Yeah. All right, cycle Street Wraith. Okay, land. Let's play both the petals. Play petal. I can do either of these, so let's peek at our opponent on their draw step. All right, peek at your hand. Is this Helm or Storm? Death Shadow. They do have a Force of Will, although we can daze them back depending on what they do. Reanimate targeting our Street Wraith that we just cycled, and I can't daze it. All right. Okay, we have a Force of Will to Force of Will them back, so, Snuff Out is irrelevant, so, okay, let's just consider, and then Veil of Summer is also kind of good, although they're going to Wasteland us, so I can't fetch this until the turn I need to use it, right? So I just need to find a Doomsday, basically. So anything that's not a Doomsday gets put in the bin. All right, over to them. Attack with Street Wraith. We go to 15. Cycle the Troll. Grabs Watery Grave. Shock Watery Grave in, then they get to play Shadow. I'm going to take damage too fast if I don't counter this right. Like, it's too much of a clock. Yeah, let's just try to counter it. And they can force us back, but then they don't have any interaction if we do find Doomsday at least. All right, so over to us. Well, still nothing. Back to them. So we take another 3 from the Street Wraith. Plays Voidwalker. Okay, so 2-turn clock. We have to find Doomsday. There's Force of Will. Actually, Doomsday doesn't even do it, right? Because we still need to draw another card. So yeah, we're just actually dead on board. So Dimir Shadow. I want Veil. I want Carpet, maybe. I want, what? Abrupt Decay kills all their guys except for Troll. Oh, let's see. I need Duress to Duress them. Their removal is Snuff Out, which they'll definitely side out. And the other removal they have is maybe Fatal Push. So I can bring Shieldred in, although Shieldred's not even good against their creatures, because their creatures get bigger than it. Shieldred's also actively bad if it's making their shadows bigger. Although I can bring Tendrils in to maybe just kill them outright if they intentionally put themselves low with Shadow. And I need Fatal Push, and I need Nile Spellbomb's a consideration if they're on the Reanimate plan, which they are. So what's bad? I'm just going to cut all the Force of Wills and Daze, and just try to get there off of Veil of Summer. So that leaves 2 cards to cut. Let's not bother with the rest. I can cut 1 cantrip. All right, let's run that. So we're on the play this game. We've got turn 1, probably Carpet, and then potentially Thoughtseize next turn. Or maybe I just Thoughtseize them and then play Carpet. I'm not sure. Also, if they have a Wasteland and I fetch a non-basic first, then this hand falls apart. So maybe the first thing to do is just ponder or peek them. Try to find more lands. All right, I'm going to keep. I think the first thing to do is ponder and try to find a second land. So fetch, grab, Underground Sea, ponder. Not a second land. Technically, Lotus Petal can, like, generate a mana. All right, let's go. I don't want to draw Street Wraith, though. All right, let's just shuffle this, and then if they have Wasteland and we lose the game because of that, then so be it. Drew a Bayou. All right, over to them. Watery Grave. Shocks it in, doesn't play anything. All right, let's play around Daze. Let's Thoughtseize them. Cycles Troll. Gets another Watery Grave. Then we Thoughtseize, and Bowmaster's Dothy, 2 reanimates, so I can't get... They kept Snuff Out in? Why? Okay, so anything I take doesn't matter. In fact, I'm actually improving their ability to get these back if I don't... I guess I just take Reanimate then, right? Because they can play all the creatures anyway. They're almost certainly just going to Reanimate the Troll because it's the fastest clock. All right, I just take Reanimate. And then Carpet. Then we'll go to the second main and Peek now. So make blue mana, cast Peek, Drew Consider. Sure. Over to them. Could the 2 life be relevant? Do you mean from Thoughtseizing? Or, like, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Dothy Voidwalker. I'm surprised they didn't just immediately Reanimate their Troll because we don't actually need our graveyard for this. Sure, so Dothy's gone, Underground Sea is gone. So back to us. Ooh, we drew Veil. That's pretty good. All right, so use the Carpet, get blue, cast Consider. Doomsday's on top. All right, on top, draw. And then I can just Doomsday right now, and their hand has no interaction as far as I'm aware, and then we just have Veil next turn. So fetch. I need another black source. Cast Doomsday. Search your library for 5 cards. So those are the 5 cards that I'm exiling, and then I assume I choose what order they're in after that. I've never actually cast Doomsday on Moto before. Oh, we're frozen. All right, so this loses us. This puts us to 8. Dothy puts us to 5, and then they have a Bowmaster in their hand. So, oh, it took away our ability to see our opponent's hand. Well, I'm glad I remember what was in there. They have a Bowmaster in hand, so we can essentially be at 4. So I can't actually use double Street Wraith, so I have to put back... Oh, and any draw spell that I use is also the draw spells also die to the Bowmaster, right? I guess we have Veil, right? So we go Veil, and then we're protected from their Bowmaster, so then we can just do it. Although if they ping us right now, before we actually go to our turn. Like if we go to their turn, then if they can just cast Bowmaster main phase on their turn, ping us, we'll be at 4 life, then I can't double Street Wraith into it, right? So I need to have definitely both the Edge of Autumns, and then I can just use any other draw spells, right? Because I'm going to have at least 2 mana off Carpet. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Edge. Looks like it's just a disaster for tech stuff today. What's the only thing that beats this? Dress Down on their side. They have a Snuff Out in their hand, so I actually do have to go to 0 cards left in my deck. So, all right, I'm going to have 5 cards left in my deck. I pass to them. I draw. I have 4 cards left in my deck. Edge, 2 cards left in my deck. Brainstorm can be one of the cards if I put it correctly, if I put it somewhere correctly, right? Does the Veil apply to Oracle before it's put in play? It doesn't, right? The spells can't be countered, but the permanents already in play get hexproof, but not the ones afterward, right? This also fails if they untap and go land Thoughtseize, take Veil of Summer on their turn, and have Bowmaster still. So I perhaps need double Veils. How do I get them all? Draw for turn, Brainstorm, there will be 1 card left in my deck. Put 2 back, there's 3 cards left in my deck. Edge. I need 1 more draw spell. I can technically thin the deck if I play a land and put a land in the deck, but I want to play Cavern. The library doesn't need to be empty, but our opponent has a Snuff Out, so it does need to be empty. I can use 1 Street Wraith, right? And then I need to pick Oracle. And then what's the 5th card? How much mana do I have here total, right? It's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6. Oracle's 2, so that's down to 4 mana. Veil's 1. So if I put Lotus Petal as one of the cards, I can technically... No, because then that leaves me with a card in the deck. They all have to be draw spells. All right, so let's just make Ponder the 5th card. You guys keep saying opponent can't target Thassa with Veil, but that's not true. Because I have to Veil before Bowmaster hits the field, and then Thassa, the hexproof doesn't apply to permanents that come in afterwards. Finish searching, click a card to select it, or select a card to unselect. Okay, so this is the selection, but this is not the order. So then we hit done, right? And then we choose the order. Put these cards on top. Click each card to put it on top. All right, so click Oracle first, and then we go Ponder, so then it's this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay. Watery Grave, shock it in. They attack us. Oh yeah, what is in the Void Zone? Consider Doomsday. Okay. Carpet of Flowers. I would like to use it. I'll name blue. Okay. So then we cast Ponder. So Bowmasters. Then we have to respond with Veil. So respond with Veil. All right. So then Bowmasters hits the field and can't target us. And then Ponder. So top. No shuffle. So let's just make sure to auto yield to this Bowmaster. So Edge, cycle, sack the Bayou. Then cycle Street Wraith. All right. And then Cavern of Souls, name Merfolk. All right. They've conceded. I don't know why they couldn't have just done that earlier, but maybe they had a counterspell. So yeah, just run this exact same thing back. All right. Let me confirm that that's how Veil works, right? The spell uncounterability applies to all the spells that you cast for the rest of the turn, but the hexproof part only applies to the permanents that you have already out, right? Rulings don't say. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, though. All right, we got Doomsday, we have Dark Ritual, and we got Veil of Summer, so I can wait a turn, and then, so I can go land, Ponder, and then, like, land Dark Veil in order to protect it. All right, keep -4 Force of Will, really? Yeah, because our opponent is a Thoughtseize, Grief, Force, Daze deck. They have infinite interaction. So I would rather have cards that just, like, draw me more cards. All right, let's go fetch Underground Sea and cast Ponder. Well, I do want more lands, so let's go this one, then this one, then this one, then no shuffle, and back to them. Polluted Delta, fetch. Grabs another Watery Grave. Dothy, sure. Okay, I guess I just, Ritual with Veil up. Seems good. So Dark Ritual, cast Doomsday. Force of Will, Veil. All right, that resolves. Force of Will gets countered. Surgical Extraction on Ponder. All right, they do take the Ponder out of our hand. Okay, what does this pile need to be? It needs to be counterproof. If they draw Wasteland, they can also keep us from playing Oracle, so it needs to be Wasteland proof. The most important two are probably counterproof and Wasteland proof, right? So Oracle, the Doomsday's putting us to 9, then this puts us to 6. Also, we can still lose to Bowmasters, so how quickly do I need to win? I need to win in 2 turns. Let's choose Veil, let's choose Cavern of Souls, Edge of Autumn, and I already have an Edge of Autumn in my hand, so I can already draw twice. Actually, if I have Cavern, I don't need Veil, so I would rather use... No, I need Veil for Bowmasters, right? I don't think I can Wasteland proof myself and also still win fast enough. We draw. We have 4 cards left in our deck. Double Edge of Autumn. We double Edge of Autumn and draw for turn. So we're 3 turns off from winning unless I have 3 draw spells. All right, so the other one has to be Street Wraith. All right, done. So Oracle on the bottom, then Cavern, then this one, then Veil. All right, over to them. Dothy Voidwalker hits us. We go to 6. Maybe I could have made that pile better. I don't know. I'm not used to Doomsday. If I edge right now, then it's Street Wraith, edge, Cavern, so I'm 1 away. So I just pass here. I just pass here, and then I take 1 more damage from Dothy. Or 3 more damage from Dothy, rather. All right, first things first, we Veil. I guess I don't actually have to Veil until the moment that they cast Bowmaster. They can respond to me at any moment, though. If they respond, well, if they have Bowmaster, they have a window in which they can just kill us. So, all right, let's Street Wraith first and see if they do it in response. Yeah, there it is. All right, Veil. All right, Bowmaster hits the field. They can't target us. Yield to this. Street Wraith. All right, cycle Edge of Autumn, sacking the Bayou. Then Cavern, name Merfolk. And then, yeah, all right, we got there. Alrighty then, round 2. So the piles are basically always, it's either just all draw spells if your opponent can't interact with you. And if your opponent can interact with you, then you need to include Cavern or Veil of Summer in the mix. Or potentially multiple Oracles. And if you don't have the mana to do everything, or you're worried about Wasteland, you include like LED in the pile. I like how the Orcish Bowmaster doesn't even have to kill their own guys, because God forbid it has some sort of downside. LED is mostly for piles when you have Brainstorm in hand. All right, we're at round 2. We're on the draw. This hand is basically not keepable. I mean, yeah, we have Land Ponder, but if that fails, then the hand sucks. I don't know. How good is this? It's like, if we have Land Ponder into a black source, then we can Ritual Doomsday. Obviously, the hand completely falls apart in the face of any interaction. Maybe it is keepable, but just like barely. It also, once again, depends on what deck we're playing against. All right, I'll keep. What deck is fun to play against in any format in general? Good point. I'm sure there's one. Veteran Explorer off a Taiga. Interesting. All right. Ponder. Well, there is a land, so let's grab that and Lotus Petal. So this one, this one, this one, no shuffle, and then over to them. Dryad Arbor, another Veteran Explorer. Attack us for 1. Okay, so land, Petal. Let's see. If I go grab Underground Sea, then I just go Ritual Doomsday. Yeah, seems good to me. I don't think they can really interact. And we can still even pay for the Oracle even if they Wasteland this. So let's fetch, grab Underground Sea, cast Ritual, cast Doomsday. All right, so we're taking what? Max 3 next turn, so we're at 9, we go to 6. What's the worst they can do? Play a land, play... I don't know, what if they like Ritual into Minskimbu or something and then smack us for 4, 5, 6, 4, probably 4, 5, 6. So we would be at 3. So we wouldn't be able to pay for Street Wraith twice. So Edge, Edge, Oracle. Where's Oracle? We're not going to draw right now. So I doubt they're a blue deck given what we've seen so far. So I don't think we need Cavern. Definitely a Street Wraith. And then the last card is like what? Consider? That's probably fine. All right. So that's the pile. And then we can go, okay, so Oracle on the bottom, then Street Wraith. It depends on if they Wasteland us, right? It like very much depends on if they Wasteland us. So yeah, then can... All right, and this one, this one, this one, this one. Over to them. I guess if they Wasteland us, then that's that. I'm sure if I was an experienced Doomsday pilot, I would be able to put these piles together much faster, but it's kind of difficult when I'm trying to piece it together off of instinct. So they're Jund Veteran Explorer .deck, and they're attacking us for 2. We go to 7. So they can potentially cast Endurance here. If they have a main deck Endurance here, then okay, yeah, they got us. Float, Edge, cycle, sack this, and float blue here. Cycle, sack this, then cast Consider. I guess I could have waited 1 more turn. So yeah, graveyard that, draw, cast Oracle. Trigger. They actually do have a main deck Endurance. All right. So let's see. I don't really know what they're on, but it's just kind of like Jund mid-range value, right? So they might have like some kind of stacks piece that I need to get. So maybe I need Abrupt Decay / Fatal Push to like kill something. Veil's probably I mean, they do have black in their deck. So in all likelihood, they have Bowmasters and maybe Hand Disruption. I'm not sure. They're running Veteran Explorer and yeah, so I'm assuming Daze is not good. All right, let's just do that. Yeah, Cabal Therapy for sure. Maybe I want another Veil then. What would I take out? Force of Will is just like really bad against hand disruption. I mean, I'll cut this. Submit. Also evil board and Pyro Red Blast. Thus the Veils. Alright, I guess this hand's... What does this hand do? It's a free redraw off Street Wraith, and then it's a Ponder to try to find something. Alright, I'll keep. So, redraw off Street Wraith. Ooh, I can Thoughtseize them? That's probably better. So, fetch, Underground Sea, Thoughtseize, Mayhem Devil, and Greater Gargadon. Well, I need them to not have Endurance, so let's just take that. Petal. I mean, they're a black deck. I may as well play these now. Alright, over to them. Mire, fetch, Taiga, suspends Greater Gargadon. We drew Force of Will, but we need to find more mana, so, or just action. So, Ponder, Brainstorm, Preordained, Veil. None of that is lands, so let's shuffle that. Well, I guess technically I can pop this Lotus Petal to cast Edge of Autumn for the island next turn. Alright, pass. Just gonna always yield to that. Once Upon a Time. Grabs Endurance. Alright. Swamp. GSZ for 0. Alright, so there's what? There's Mayhem Devil next turn that we have to contend with. Street Wraith. Yikes. Alright. Cycle to draw. Alright, there's a land. So they're gonna play Mayhem Devil, right? And then I need to kill it. Although I could just Edge of Autumn right now to go find the basic. Yeah, alright, let's fetch. Grabbing Trop. Then cast Edge of Autumn. Grab the island. And then over to them. I'm not gonna hold Edge of Autumn. I just need to get more lands into play. So they can jam out Mayhem Devil, then we Abrupt Decay it. Or they can just flash Endurance in, but I assume they want to hold that for as long as possible. Green Sun for 1. Veteran Explorer. Oh, so that Gargadon can sack it to get the basics. That makes sense. Well, we got normal basics of our own, but they can get basics. Sack that. Well, now if I knew they were going to do that, I wouldn't have cast Edge of Autumn. So yeah, we brick. They put 2 lands into play, and then they can cast Devil anyway. Verdant Catacombs. All right. Mayhem Devil. So Endurance, 1 unknown card. Well, I got to murder that. I should probably kill that in response to them fetching, so that they have fewer cards to sack to Gargadon if they want. How much? Where's Gargadon at right now? 7 counters. So they can just put it right into play, right? So we're just dead. We're actually just dead, right? Because I go Abrupt Decay here, and they just go in response, sack everything, put Gargadon on the stack, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It goes to 1 counter. And then it comes off suspend next turn, and then we're dead. Yeah, we just lose. All right. Because there's no way I can... Let's see. So I can't use LED to pay for anything in my hand. So I have 5 mana exactly. I guess if they just sack everything, I can... So, okay, I Dark Ritual, and that gets me to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can exactly pay for it. Am I supposed to pay for it now or later? I have to Dark Ritual in response to this. So I have to wait for them to try to take it off suspend, right? All right, so let's just pass. Gargadon goes to 6. They can also just float everything, play Endurance. Like, they don't have to sack all their stuff. Once Upon a Time, sure. Another Devil. Oh my god. Bad lands. So... in response, Dark Ritual, Abrupt Decay, the one that's already in play. Kill this. I mean, there's just no way out, right? We're just incredibly dead. They can just sack all their stuff after the second Devil hits the board. Yeah, so sack, just yield all these. So then that fizzles, then this Devil hits the field. They don't even have to do it now. They can pass to the beginning of combat and allow our mana to fizzle and then do it. Mana fizzles. Really? Regardless, we're dead anyway, right? Even if I draw Doomsday here, then they just sack everything and kill us. Or just attack us to death on our turn. Ponder. If I ever cast Doomsday, they just have the kill on the board. Yeah, so we're dead. I was trying to think of, like, is there some way I could chain Brainstorm into multiple cards? But no, we're just going to die the moment we cast Doomsday. So, yep, that's that. Round 3. Round 3, we're on the draw. All right, this is, I think, good enough. We can Personal Tutor for Doomsday. We have a cantrip. We've got a Thoughtseize to take our opponent's thing. That seems fine. Do you like Pack Negation for piles? Meh. You can just play Veil or Grief. I mean... I'm not experienced enough with Doomsday to know that, but those all seem like okay options. I don't like Grief needing 2 cards, though. All right, so let's keep this. And then what are they going to do? Tundra. Well, counterspell decks are more difficult to get through. Drew a Bayou. Now let's cast Lotus Petal. I'm doing this just so I can... So when I play Bayou, I can pay for a Daze if they want to Daze the Thoughtseize. All right, Thoughtseize. What are they on? All right, it's 4-color control pile nonsense. So... Teferi's a redraw, Minx-Skamboo is a we die, Swords is irrelevant. How is the sequence of plays gonna go, right? They don't get Minx-Skamboo out until turn 4. If we can't win until by turn 4, I think this is just a losing proposition, right? So they go land, then we go land, Personal Tutor, Doomsday to the top, then they go land, then we win. So I should take Teferi. Also, Teferi's a blue card and is therefore pitchable to force. Yeah, so just take that. And then over to them. Just personal now. I could have done it now, yeah. But if that gets countered, then not casting it early would just mean that then Doomsday would get countered. Although I guess it gives them one more turn. All right, so this one, fetch, Underground Sea, personal tutor, grab Doomsday, go. Could I have one next turn? I would have had access to 3 mana. Opponent casts Uro. As you can tell, I am not an experienced Doomsday player. All right, they have one unknown card in hand, so I think we're good. So Petal, Dark Ritual, cast Doomsday. Opponent fetches in response. Underground Sea. Brainstorm in response. Doomsday resolve. All right, so let's see. I have 1 floating, and I can cast, or rather, I have 3 total mana remaining. I also have not played a land this turn, so has to be Oracle, 2 Edge of Autumns. We're going to be able to brainstorm here, right? So then I can just have Cavern of Souls plus Street Wraith. So I go Brainstorm. Yeah, Brainstorm, draw into everything, Cavern, Oracle. LED, Street, Consider, Edge, Thassa. Why LED, Consider? Our opponent could have drawn into blue card, Force of Will. Let's just make sure it gets through. I do kill him this turn if I go with this pile. Edge, Cavern, Oracle, Street Wraith. Or I guess I can just Street Wraith twice. So that's done. Bottom, then Cavern, then Edge, then Street Wraith, then Street Wraith. Then cast Brainstorm. Oh yeah, I forgot. One of these is going back. We still have exactly enough to win. So put these back. Cycle. All right, they're just conceding here. Anyway, I would have gone Cycle, Edge, Brainstorm, play Cavern, and then I would have had Cavern, Lotus Petal for Oracle left. All right, so they are 4 color control. So I want Veil, I want Carpet, probably, Duress, Force of Negation. No, not Force of Negation. The only thing I need to Force of Negation is like Minskin. Why would I want Nile Spellbomb here? Just to hit Uro? I don't care if they play Uro. Just want Veil, Duress to interact with them, plus Carpet of Flowers to get more mana. So that means I want to cut. Let's see, we can cut Peak. We can cut probably one of the 2 Oracles. We don't need both. So they might have Endurance. Oh, so I can Spellbomb ourselves in response to Endurance? I guess that makes sense. All right, what's not good? They're running 3 Fairy, so there's the potential for Force of Will to be shut down. Like, if they play a 3 Fairy, I have to have a Force of Will right in that moment, because otherwise I can't get it off the board unless I board an Abrupt Decay, which I don't want to do. Again, let's just cut the Force of Wills in the, like, grindy matchups. I don't know, 1 Edge, Force. Again, not experienced enough with Doomsday. Kind of winging it here on what I need to sideboard. Flusterstorm, no. Let's just run that. Turn 1 Doomsday if they can't counter it. And we have Cavern already in our hand. Yeah, I mean, let's keep. Obviously, the hand's keepable. It's just a matter of, are we going to go for turn 1? I probably am just going to go for turn 1. Savannah. All right, I guess I'm going to Duress them first. Duress you. Veil of Summer. Well, alrighty then. Back to them. Verdant Catacombs. This resolves, I can ponder and grab like a thing that matters immediately. If it fails, I also want to ponder to set up. All right, so let's go Ritual, Doomsday, see if that resolves. It did not, in fact, resolve. All right, Exiles to Fairy, cast Ponder, opponent fetches, Underground Sea, Orcish Bowmasters in response to Ponder on the stack. All right, there's another Doomsday, although we can't cast it for, actually we can't cast it period, because I don't have, because this is Tropical Island, and then I just have Fetch Land, Cavern of Souls. So what I could do is, I can't Brainstorm with Bowmasters in play. I'm going to go to 18 right now, and this is 3 power. If I Brainstorm, I'll be at 12, and then I have a 2-turn clock to kill them, and then Bowmasters just kills us. I think we're just dead. All right, let's put this here, this here, this here. No shuffle. Draw the Doomsday, and then we'll shuffle another card away and then hope to get there, I guess. Taiga. Zenith for X is 2. Collector Oof. All right, that doesn't matter. But I think the math does. So we go fetch. We still have to find another black source, so they get a 5 damage hidden. We go to 9 with the fetch. And then even if I draw another source, then we're dead. Yeah, we just die. All right. Forgot about Bowmasters. I guess, yeah, this deck actually usually can't even win through a Bowmasters, right? So we actually do just need removal. Maybe I just need to take alternate angles of attack. Shieldred, although they keep Teferi in their deck, so they can just bounce it. So it's not as though they don't have any removal left for it. Maybe I try to win via Tendrils. No Force of Wills anymore. There's no way we're going to be able to keep up. Our opponent brought in Veil of Summer, so Hand Disruption suspect. We can't cut Force of Will? Why not? What am I cutting instead of that then? I need these removal spells so that I can kill Bowmasters. Resolve Doomsday. We have Veil of Summer. We can resolve Doomsday with Veil. And we have Hand Disruption. We take their counterspell and then resolve Doomsday. Are you winging it as well, or are you also actually an experienced Doomsday player? Because if you do actually have experience with the deck, then I'll defer to your expertise. I need to cut one card to be at 60. All right, let's try that then. Petal, Dark Ritual, Doomsday. No way to actually ensure that we resolve Doomsday, but I'm not gonna throw this hand back, and we get a free redraw with Street Wraith, so I'll keep. If I draw Hand Disruption or Veil, like if I draw some kind of interactive card, then I will opt for that instead. If I don't, then I'll just Ritual Doomsday and force check them. So can I just win on the spot if Doomsday resolves? I can't, right? I have a Lotus Petal. I'll have one mana left over, right? So I'd have to have Brainstorm LED in that pile. What's the turn 1 kill here? It's, assuming they don't have Force of Will, it's Petal, land, fetch, activate cast Dark Ritual, Doomsday. We have just the Petal left. We stack our deck, then we Street Wraith and draw what? Street Wraith, Brainstorm, then we cast Brainstorm, and Brainstorm gets us LED plus Edge of Autumn plus another Street Wraith, right? Then we put two cards that we don't care about back, right? I need to walk through this kill. It's Brainstorm, we get LED. Oh, that's from earlier. Don't mind that. So it's fetch, grab a land, Petal, Dark Ritual, Doomsday, Brainstorm's on top. Cycle, Street Wraith, draw Brainstorm, sack Petal for blue, cast Brainstorm. We draw LED, consider, Cycler. We put two cards that we don't care about back on top. So like Abrupt Decay, land. Then we go LED, then we Cycler, hold priority, blue, consider, cast consider, Oracle, cast Oracle, win. Okay, so land, fetch. Doesn't really matter what we get. Play Lotus Petal. All right, first things first, we're going to see if Doomsday resolves. All right, Dark Ritual, cast Doomsday. All right, so it resolves. So Brainstorm, Oracle, where's LED? LED, Street Wraith, consider. So that's the pile, and then it's Oracle on the bottom, then the Street Wraith, then the consider, the Brainstorm, the LED. Oh no, it's Oracle on the bottom, Street Wraith, consider, LED, Brainstorm on top. Cycle Street Wraith, so then cast Brainstorm. So then we put back some garbage that we don't want and then consider on top. Then we go LED, then hold priority, cycle the Street Wraith, crack this for blue, then resolve the Street Wraith. Surgical Extraction on Lotus Petal, sure. But that resets the order of our library, so we're not guaranteed to draw the correct sequence of cards now. All right, so yeah, that shuffles our library. All right, I hope we still have things in the correct order. Resolve Street Wraith. There's Consider. Cast Consider. Oracle on top. Have to leave it on top. Draw Oracle. Cast Oracle. All right, we made it. Round 4. Thank you for the help, Histar. Round 4, we are on the draw. Is this a turn 1 kill again? No, we're short, right? We've got Petal, Ritual, Doomsday, but then we're short. Although technically, we may not have to win immediately, right? I can stack the deck just so that we have multiple lands. Play out those multiple lands. So I can stack, so let's say I go Petal, Ritual, Doomsday. Whether it resolves or not, if they try to counter, we can force back. And then we can stack our deck to be Island, Cavern of Souls, Oracle, and 2 other cards, right? Double Street Wraith, right? Yeah, so I will keep. The trick with Doomsday is to cast Doomsday as soon as possible. Petal, Ritual, Doomsday. We can do the LED trick or we can do something else. Volcanic Island. All right, if it's Delver, that's kind of an issue. All right, we can go get a land. So let's go, I do have a Thoughtseize. Let's play Lotus Petal. Fetch. So yeah, let's seize them. I assume they're Delver. Brainstorm in response. Thoughtseize resolve? Yes, no? Okay, it's show and tell. So I should just take Petal here. I guess, let me think. So we can just win next turn, right? So I take Petal or Atraxa to prevent them from winning. All right, I'll just take Petal. And then let's Dark Ritual immediately. So Dark Ritual, because that's their hand. Cast Doomsday. All right, Oracle, Street Wraith, Street Wraith. I don't want an LED pile because I want to have Force backup, so... But I do need another land source, right? So Cavern of Souls. There's no way I can win immediately, right? Because I don't have the mana for it. I mean, I can win immediately if I go shields down with the Force of Will, but I don't want to do that. So Edge of Autumn. So done there. And then we put Oracle on the bottom, then Cavern, then Edge, and just Street Wraith, Street Wraith. All right, over to them. And now this is their hand. They played the Tarn. All right, so It's Street Wraith, Street Wraith. We have to wait one turn, right? Yeah, so it's Street Wraith, Edge of Autumn, Cavern. Should have put Thassa's Oracle second from the bottom so that we could cycle into it if they cast Show and Tell. Yeah. All right, so we wait one turn here, right? Because right now it's Street Wraith into a Street Wraith into an Edge of Autumn. Yeah, so we just wait. If he passes the turn, we cast Consider. Why would we cast Consider? Don't we still want Force of Will open? Mountain. I mean, like, I just want to have this for Force, to force back there. I guess it doesn't really matter because Cavern of Souls makes the Oracle uncounterable. But there's, like, it's not impossible that they could have an answer to that. But I don't see any reason why I need to, right? Because if we just untap and draw, then we just go Street Wraith, Edge of Autumn, Street Wraith, Cavern, float blue, sack this Edge of Autumn, draw Oracle, play Cavern, name Merfolk, cast Oracle, still have Force of Will up. All right, cycle, float blue, cycle, play Cavern, name Merfolk, cast Oracle. All right, we win. Let's see, I assume this is a matchup where I want Force of Negation and Flusterstorm and Duress. So what is bad here? Edge is cuttable, right? Along with Preordain. Do I need Veil in this matchup? They do have their own forces. One of two Oracles. Veil's good. All right, what am I cutting here? Probably Peak as well. That can go. Need to cut 2 more cards. All right, let's do that. All right, Personal Tutor to go find Doomsday. Then along with Dark Ritual, we also have Daze and Duress. So I assume I'm going to Duress them first and then Personal Tutor next turn. Or do I Personal Tutor first because then I can Daze them, potentially. Regardless, I'm keeping this hand. Tropical Island. All right, so is it Tutor or is it Duress? If I Duress them and they Veil, I can Daze it in response. Or I can just have, all right, so let's go this, Personal Tutor, go put Doomsday on top. Doomsday, pass to them. Misty Rainforest. So we can Ritual, Doomsday, and Duress in the same turn. All right, so I need to go fetch another black source. Is there any reason that I need Bayou instead of another Underground Sea? I already have a Trop in hand, so no. All right, Underground Sea, Dark Ritual, Duress U, opponent fetches, gets Volcanic, Brainstorm in response. Okay, they resolve their Brainstorm. Does Duress resolve? It does. Double Force of Will and Surgical. So I obviously have to take Force of Will, and then that leaves them with another Force in hand and Surgical. The Surgical can mess up the order of our library, but that's not too important. All right, so let's just take Force of Will and then cast Doomsday. All right, so the pile is Street Wraith, Oracle, Cavern of Souls, and one other card. Probably Veil. Now, Veil forces you to draw a card, right? All right, yeah, okay, so it depends on when we cast Veil, so we can just make sure that we don't die. So that's the pile. So then it is Cavern, Veil, Oracle, Street Wraith. All right, back to them. Play Scalding Tarn. Surgical on Doomsday, which will mess up our draw. All right. All right, so this Daze is very quickly going to become not useful anymore. Street Wraith. So I thought you weren't streaming today. I decided I was going to. I was playing the qualifier earlier, and I didn't know how long it would take. It ended at like 1 o'clock, so I figured I can play some decks today. I don't see a reason not to use Street Wraith here. So let's cycle. All right, land. So we have 4 cards left in our deck, and I don't know what order they're in. Cycle Street Wraith. So I'm not going to risk anything right now. I just want to know what the next card down is. Because whether I cycle it now or the next turn, it's the same thing. All right, Veil. Okay, so just pass. So the remaining 3 cards in the deck are Street Wraith, Oracle, Cavern. Opponent fetches for a Volcanic. Daze is basically useless at this point, unless they try to hard cast Force of Will. Play City of Traders. Street Wraith. Okay, so right now, the top 2 cards are Cavern, Oracle. So I can just... So if I Veil right now, and they cast anything in response, then I just draw 1 card and I'm safe. All right, so let's Veil. Why Street Wraith first? Like, what's the difference? All right, I'll take your word for it. Cycle Street Wraith. It's Cavern of Souls. All right. I have to Veil now because if I have to Veil for any other reason, then it draws me on the stack. Yeah, so Veil. Does this resolve opponent? It doesn't even matter if it does because then I just Edge of Autumn, Cavern. Veil's in response to that. Sure. All right, Edge of Autumn. Sack this. Cavern. Name Merfolk. Blue, Oracle. All right, we won. On to round number 5. Okay, this hand's a bit awkward because we have the basic island in our hand, which means we can't cast Doomsday on curve, although I can Personal Tutor for Dark Ritual. All right, this is fine. Oh, wait, no, sorcery only. Dark Ritual's an instant. So what am I Personal Tutoring for then? Just another Doomsday in case the first one gets countered? All right, well, I'm keeping. Tropical Island, Ponder, Force of Will. Yeah, let's just keep this as Will fodder. I do need to find a bunch of black mana. Yeah, so let's just Thoughtseize this turn, I guess. So fetch, see what our opponent's doing. Or I could Personal Tutor for Ponder. That just seems bad as well. Yeah, so Underground Sea, Thoughtseize. Try to take whatever action they have that's going to put pressure on us. Well, fourth Aerolingus would seem to be the pick here, right? They obviously have a Force of Will. We have Veil. So let's take fourth Aerolingus because that's the card that's going to screw us. They also have Wasteland, which is a big problem. But so we're not going to win this game for a while. So let's just take fourth Aerolingus. All right, back over to them. I assume they'll just snap Wasteland us here. No, they're not. They're not doing that. All right, LED. All right, land and then just pass. Yeah, just pass to them. Miracle Temporal Mastery. Okay. Sure. I'm not going to quibble over that. Oh, they couldn't pay it because they had to fetch before. All right. All right. Well, there's Wasteland. They're going to waste our thing. This mana fizzles. All right. So they've got the 6 mana Time Walk in their hand. I think I'm good. I think that's just going to be force fodder. All right. Well, we just need to draw. All right. Let's cycle Street Wraith. All right. Another fetch land. Then back over to them. Blaze Misty. Fetches with the Flooded. Tundra. Brainstorm. Dark Ritual. Okay, so land, fetch. I want to fetch Sea and Bayou, right? Or Sea and Trop. Sea and Trop. No. I guess in case this fizzles, I want to have more black mana in play. So Underground Sea, fetch Bayou. And then we go Dark Ritual, holding up the Bayou for Veil. So Dark Ritual, cast Doomsday. Now, presumably they have to try to interact with this. Force of Will, getting rid of Ponder. So then Veil in response. All right. We drew another Dark Ritual. Force of Will fizzles out, then Doomsday resolves. Okay, so the pile is going to be Oracle, Street Wraith. We want Cavern of Souls to guarantee that it gets through. And I do have an LED in my hand, but I don't want to use it because I want Force open. So basically, do I want to make a fast pile or a safe pile? Although the Cavern of Souls also already makes it pretty safe. So maybe then I just grab 2 Edge of Autumns. Why would I add Consider to this pile? I have only 2 blue sources. Or I guess I have another source with the Cavern of Souls. Yeah, all right. So 3-ish sources. All right, do that. So Cavern on the bottom, then Oracle, then Edge of Autumn, then Street Wraith, then Consider. I guess what? There's the possibility they have Flusterstorm. I guess if they have Flusterstorm, yeah, that doesn't matter either. So let's just pass. Miracles, Temporal Mastery. Okay. Do I counter that? They have 4 cards in their hand. What can they deploy on this turn for only 2 mana? I don't think anything. Yeah, that's fine. Fetches with Misty. Gets Volcanic. Plays Savannah. Wait, what? Oh, they had the land in play already. All right, so back over here. And then they take their extra turn. What? Again? Seriously? Okay. We can die to what? 4th Aerolingus, so I have to have a Force of Will for that. Another turn. Green, white, red, white, Comet. We actually do have the potential to just die on the spot if this resolves. Because they can, like, hit 6 and then -2, kill us. All right, so I guess I force it. Force your Comet. All right, so LED. And then if I go Consider, Pop, I have 3 mana. Top cards are... the problem is we can just die to 4th Aerolingus off the top. So if I Consider right now, I just bin one of the cycle. I just bin the Street Wraith. Then I draw Edge of Autumn. Cycle it, get Thassa's Oracle. But then Thassa's Oracle gets countered by Force of Will. Yeah, all right. So cast Consider, hold priority, sack LED for blue. Then resolve Consider, put that in the graveyard, draw, cycle Edge of Autumn, getting rid of that. And then cast Oracle. If their last 2 cards are Force of Will plus Blue Spell, then yeah, they get us. All right. 4-color control playing Temporal Mastery. Veil. So I assume the cuttable cards are like Peak, Preordain, 1 Edge, 1 of the 2 Oracles. Maybe 2 Oracles is fine. I don't know. I want Veil. I want Duress. Maybe they have Endurance. Maybe they have... Not sure. Did we lose Lost Interconnection? No, we won. So game 2, Flusterstorm. They do have Aerolinguses, which we do need, which can like potentially kill us. So I probably need these. How are the games going today? Well, we're playing Doomsday, and these are going all right. I played the Legacy Qualifier earlier on Mono Black Helm. Those games didn't go well at all. All right, do I cut my second Oracle? I think so. All right, let's cut the second Oracle, and then let's do that. We have double Hand Disruption and a Brainstorm to find stuff. Okay, I'll keep. Triple Hand Disruption. Well, I seriously doubt they have days, but let's just play around it. And Thoughtseize. Fetches in response. Are we going to get Veiled? Tropical Island looks like we're getting Veiled. And we got Veiled. All right. Well, nothing to do about that. Is there a non-modern legal card you've been enjoying a lot? I love playing with Force of Will and Carpet of Flowers in EDH, so I can only imagine how fun it is to play with multiples. I think Force of Will is fine in Legacy. Well, we got Wastelanded, so now we don't have black mana outside of these, but we can still Brainstorm. Okay. Land, Do I need to do it now? I guess I don't need to do it now, right? All right, pass to them. Misty Rainforest. All right, end step Brainstorm. Okay, well, that's really, 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 really good. So we're going to put back the second Brainstorm or LED or the second Hand Disruption spell. So that, and then the other one doesn't matter. So then draw. All right, fetch, Underground Sea. And man, it's so obnoxious if they have another Veil, but I guess what can you do? So let's cast Dark Ritual and then duress them to see if we can go off. Opponent fetches, Volcanic. Their hand is, oh, Dress Down, you say. Well, we're taking that. Why didn't they just cast Dress Down in response? Well, nothing else actually stops us except that Surgical screws with our library. So let's just take Dress Down. So take Dress Down. This is their hand. So now we cast Doomsday. And so I have the Brainstorm in my hand. So the pile needs to be, I know I need to have an LED in the hand. I need to have Oracle. I need to have, let's see. So I'm going to put stuff back on top and then I'm going to use the blue to Brainstorm. Yeah, right? To Brainstorm getting LED and a Cycler, right? And then we're going to draw like LED, cycle, and then we're going to put something back. All right, what is this pile exactly? Obviously, they can muck with it using Surgical Extraction, so I do have to, like, to some degree account for that. So it doesn't exactly matter the order that we get things back in, right? So basically, any 2 cards that we put in this pile can be randomized to the bottom because of Surgical Extraction. So I think the pile should be, it's what, like LED, Oracle, and then just 3 Cyclers. Gives us the highest possibility of going off. And then even if we can't go off, they only have 1 turn to draw an answer to Oracle. So it should be LED, Street Wraith, Edge of Autumn, right? Although, and they don't have swords up either because they don't have white mana, so they can't swords Oracle. So we actually don't need 0 cards in our deck. We only need 2. Okay. If I grab LED, Oracle, 3 Cyclers, how does that fail, right? So then we Brainstorm. If LED is not in our top 3 cards, then it fails. So you're saying make the pile Oracle, Consider, Edge, Cavern, something else? What would be the last card then? So Cavern, Consider, Oracle, Edge of Autumn, and what would the last card be? We don't need Veil because Cavern already gets us there, so we need potentially an answer to another Dress Down if they have it. All right, that pile. So done. And then order is Cavern on the bottom, Oracle, Street Wraith, Edge, Consider. And then the order doesn't really matter here because we're going to Brainstorm and then they're going to in response Surgical us and mess the order up. Anyway, Brainstorm, Surgical or Doomsday. Then Resolve Brainstorm. Okay, so I put these 2 back and I draw. So the bottom 2 Street Wraith, Oracle right now. Thoughtseize is a good way of checking them again. All right, put this back, then this, then over to them. Okay, so 1 unknown card in their hand. Tundra. All right, so Consider and Thoughtseize is on top. And then below that is either Street Wraith and Oracle in one or the other order. So if I go, I kind of want the Thoughtseize though, because I just want to do it the turn before I go off, or like the turn I go off. I guess, okay, so I can go, no, can I just win right now? I just go Consider, I can win, no, I can't win right now. I can only win right now if Street Wraith is, if Thoughtseize Oracle's on the bottom, right? Because I go Consider, put Thoughtseize in the bin, draw, and then if that draw is Oracle, then I have to pass, right? No, I don't have to pass, right? Because I just go, I go Consider, put Thoughtseize in the bin, draw. If it's Oracle, I just Edge of Autumn to draw another card, Cavern. I guess they can potentially have Dress Down, right? So it is probably better to just pass the turn and then do it when I have Thoughtseize. All right, so pass to them. I guess I can Consider on their turn to just draw Thoughtseize and then do it. Oh, they can cast Minsk and Boo now, but that doesn't get them out of it either. All right, so let's Consider at end of turn. Cast Consider, draw this, then take our turn. We drew Street Wraith. Okay, so let's Thoughtseize them. What's the last card in their hand? All right, they've conceded. Alrighty, so 4-1 with Doomsday. Obviously, great shout out to High Star Elite in the chat for helping out with that one. Yeah, the piles are a little bit more complicated than I thought they would be. I thought they would be pretty straightforward, but it gets more complicated when you need to start playing around stuff. Cards I didn't like. I guess Preordain is like basically another cantrip in the deck. It's like the ninth cantrip that's worse than all the other ones. But Peak I don't really like at all. I don't like, oh, look at their hand. Well, it's like, well, you're not thought seizing them. So, I mean, if they have interaction, they have it. Like, what does doing this do? Other than that, I guess the deck's pretty straightforward. Does the deck need this one of days? Don't know. Maybe you could quibble with some of this list. Don't know enough about Doomsday to say one way or the other. The Force of Negations didn't feel that good, but we also didn't play against too many, like, go-off super fast combo decks, which I assume is what these are mainly for. So yeah, that is Doomsday.